24 Hours of Le Mans is a historic race which has just turned 100 years old, well, a few months ago, but it has had quite a few interesting racing cars. So today we are going to compare 3 of the most famous ones and some of the quickest ones, which are also available in Automobilista 2. So with the addition of it, we are going to be racing the Porsche 962C, the Porsche GT1 98, I think it's called, and the Porsche 963. So it will be Group C, GT1 and then LMDh. So let's get into it by starting with the 962C. Okay, so now we are in it. Porsche 962. As you can see, it's quite lively. This one has a turbocharger and no anti-lag, which just makes it quite a lot harder to drive. It has quite a lot of grip. You can hear the turbo. Let's see how quick we can go on this straight. Okay, could have done a lot quicker. I think it's only 5 gears. This car is really scary to me, since I haven't driven Group C cars a lot, so I'm a bit unsure over what the limits are around this circuit. Still, it is very fun. So let's brake a bit later. Braked quite a bit early. Invalid lap, that's not good. Maybe we have to do another one. You can see here it's brake temperatures on it. Actually a lot more planted than I thought. I can't adjust brake bias in this car. Oh, that's ERS. So. That was quite nice. This is not going so well, but let's see how much grip it has through the high-speed S's. C cars with the right driver, looks like they're roughly as quick as the LMDh cars. That was a big mistake. That's okay. Just don't crash. Okay, so that was a 343.7. lap time. You can see already gaining quite a lot of time. So let's finish this lap and see where I will be on the leaderboard. Hopefully I don't do any mistakes. That thing, I hope it gets fixed. I've reported that issue, but they haven't done anything about it. It seems when you touch the grass, it makes the lap time invalid. Well, we know that then. So now, let me take this car, put it in the garage and switch it out for the GT1. Okay, so now we are in Porsche. Not the turbo noise it seems. No traction control and no ABS. That's good to know. Very slippery. This car definitely feels like it is a bit slower than the Group C. It doesn't feel like it has a lot of grip. Still it feels quite fast. Well, I mean, if we look at the left-hand corner at the world record times, it's a 3:34. And for the last guy it was 3:20. So, it is quite different. I'm gonna brake a bit later. That's now validated, so I don't know what's the issue. Because it was never invalidating this much when I was driving the LMDh car, so I have to figure that out. Now we know that, it feels like they have become stricter. So let's see, I'm not that slow. Just 1.3 seconds behind the top leaderboard in the first sector. First time driving this car. Okay, so no fast gear. That's something I noticed with most cars in this scene. I've said quite a few times in this channel that that first gear should probably be avoided most of the time in most cars. And I forgot that. That was a very slow second sector. Let's see how good I can get this through the S's. a big mistake. Still, it's the second sector. I'm losing a lot of time for some reason. A bit quicker for that. Let's see. Yeah, you can definitely push this car a lot more than I did. Maybe not go flat through there. Yeah, validated. Just have to lift a little bit. At the bump. Well, that's been the GT1 car. Let's go into the LMDh car. Okay, so now we are finally driving the 963. Let's see. This car feels a lot more nimble than the Group C cars. But something this car has some issues with is, as you saw there, is the brakes. Because I think it's to do with the lower tires, and also I've heard that I've also heard that it could be brake-by-wire system having issues. But the real drivers have also struggled a bit with the brake-by-wire system. Still, this car is very fast. Off my best time with I'm using the default setup here, so that's interesting. I can compare all of the cars for you. So I think the GT1 car felt the most nimble, and because it felt just smaller and more direct, but it was also slower, but it didn't feel a lot slower. So that was interesting. Then you have the Group C car, obviously, which is a huge box. It feels like a huge box. This car is nimble, but is a bit bad on the brakes. So that's a few of the main things I'm talking about. But out of the cars the Group C was actually quite nice. And the GT1 car was okay, but it had a few things which I didn't like, and I can't fully explain what those were. I'm just handling characteristics which I didn't fully agree with. There's nothing against how the actual car is in AMS2, it's just, I'm not saying it's unrealistic, I'm just saying I don't like how the car handles. Was 5,000ths of a second quicker with the last sector. This car. I have an idea of why that is though. could be because this car has the dive plane at the front, whilst the Cadillac doesn't. Because you can remove it. That one. Which isn't technically legal, so I hope they will remove it. But if we just talk about the cars, as I've talked about before, the Group C handles like it looks like, because it, how should I explain? It looks big, and it doesn't look very nimble, and it doesn't handle very like a very nimble car, but it has a lot of downforce, so it is actually quite nice to drive, and it also the torque curves are quite flat, so they're quite easy when going on the exit. The GT1 cars, they were a lot more tricky to drive, but also quite fun. They're not so fast and not as fast as I had hoped they would be. And the LMDh cars handle, like, they look like a bit very well, but they have a lot of braking issues, but that could be due to the braking system and the tires. So that's that. But what do you think? Comment it down below. And once you're down there, please hit the like button and also subscribe. My next video, we'll see what that will be on. But it might be, I don't know actually, but I will thankfully have more time, so I'll be able to produce a better video for you. But until then, I've been Racing Legend, you've been my amazing videos, thank you for watching, goodbye!